Our guest is Maria Lezniak, and Maria is an amazing practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine and energetic medicine. Maria had founded North Shore Healing Center and has been practicing here since that. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you.
I just want to talk a little bit about your background, because I know that you didn't come into this work from the medical background. You actually had a very corporate, very strong business background. So could you tell us about what you've been doing and how you actually got into healing work?
Well, my background really has been in more of the engineering. I was a systems architect for over 20 years, where I designed major processes for corporations around the world. But at the age of 19, when I met one of my first master teachers of Taoism, I started meditating, and what seemed to be like a hobby or something that I did in my spare time has now become my passion and my devotion in terms of how I live my life and of being of service to this planet and to the people. When I first got the inspiration to open the center, I had just moved into this area and I had been meditating, and I was guided to get in my car and to drive so they could show me where my new center would be. And that's when I first came to this building, and happened to be a little bit after midnight. I had written down the number of the building and called the next day and found that it was way out of my price range. But as fate has it, and I met my partner, my business partner, within a year, and we signed the deal on the building the day we saw it. So that's how the process began in unfolding, and we rehabbed the building, and I went and got my license in traditional Chinese medicine, and we opened the building, and the practitioners came in, and because they were driven by that same passion that I had been driven initially.
So are you saying that you actually left the world of corporate business world that gave you stability, respect, you've been known all over the world for your ability to pull systems together, and just so you can pull another system together? Why did you do it?
It's a calling that comes from deep within, and when you get a calling like that, you don't question. At least I didn't question. I had worked in the corporate world. I was very comfortable in the security of having a job, and I was financially secure, and but there was a deeper calling that had a much deeper passion that woke up in me, and that was a stronger calling than the security.
So what exactly is your passion? What is your philosophy? What's drive you into this work?
Really, it's helping an individual who has found themselves in an unbalanced state, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, to help guide them into a more balanced and fulfilling lifestyle. And I think that's what's so incredible about the center, is because as soon as I had opened the door, it seemed that other people that were just as passionate about their work as I was passionate about mine started kind of just coming in, and everybody kept saying, I was just drawn to the center. I drove past and I saw this white light around the building, and I had to come in, and I just knew that this was my next place that I would be working out of. And so it was just like the energy of this building pulled in people who were in all kinds of different modalities, in healing touch, in Ayurvedic. So it's like the universe pulled all the people together so that we could be here and provide a service to anyone who came in that would help them regain their balance in this life. And we have people who teach not only Tai Chi and Qigong and some of the other modalities, but also people who help exercise, and we have seminars that will help people do meditation and open themselves up to different avenues of spirituality.
So what you're talking about, the law of attraction, the universe is working on that law. And let me just remind you that you were the one who looked into that place and said, well, that's the place for me. And you became that center of attraction for all of us who came here, and many new people who never even thought about alternative approach to health, just to come and wander around and find that law of attraction working for them and connecting to different people and practitioners. Can you tell us what are the people that are connecting to you? Who are your clients? Why do they come to see you?
I have a wide range of clients that I work with. Some of them are actually in a very difficult part in their life where they're, dealing with a very serious illness of cancer of various types. I have clients who come to me for guidance, for spiritual guidance, and to help them, on their journey, their life journey, and to help guide them through that journey. I have people who are coming who are trying, fertility patients who are trying to get their bodies back into balance so that they can become mothers and bring new life into this planet. So there comes a wide range of clients that I see, and each individual has their own special needs. They're dealing with their own issues, and I basically see each person individually and help work with them so that they can themselves can also be empowered to help their life get back into balance.
So you work with many people and with many modalities, but there are some primary, and I know that you are that channel. You are a very clear channel. I've experienced your sessions, and it feels like a huge wave of life and light goes through your body, and it's like a cleansing shower of light when you work, when I work with you. But can you tell us what are the modalities that are known and recognized by everybody pretty much at this point that you use?
Well, I've been trained in traditional Chinese medicine, which incorporates acupuncture, herbology. There's some massage techniques such as Tuina. There's also different modalities that are also, there's gua sha, cupping, and things like that, that I use to help rebalance the physical energy in a person's body. I also work with the chakra system, and I use tuning forks to help rebalance the various chakras. I also have developed the ability to read the energetic vibrations of each individual, and by reading the energetic vibrations, I can then see where the imbalances have launched themselves within the person's body, also travel to the point where they first originated in the person's body, so that I can what I call kind of trigger it, release mechanisms, so that that energy is released, which then in turn helps restore that body's energy back into a balance.
So what do you love the most about what you do?
What I love the most is being of service. I think that's my most fulfilling feeling. It just encompasses my whole being. After I finish a session with someone, I feel so grateful for being able to be a channel of grace.
And I know that once in a while I see little kids being brought by their mothers and the little rollers, and these are the product of your work. So there is no doubt that it works, because there is like a very there is a fruit of your work right there, and they look so cute. It's just impossible not to hug them.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the newest addition to our planet is young, maybe I can call him a gentleman, but he's only 6 days old now, and
he's a gentleman. Gentleman. Very
a little angel that came sent to us, and his name is Joseph Thomas Warnitsky, and he was born 6 days ago, and he weighed 10 pounds and was 20 inches long.
Do you feel like you're a mother to all of these kids? Because it's not, because if you wouldn't work with these families, I don't know if they would ever have anybody.
You know, I feel like I'm a mother to all the children in the world. I do believe we're all connected. We're all connected spiritually, at least. And it is the most grateful feeling that I have, in gratitude that I can work with everyone.
And I also know that very often people come to you with pain, with severe pain, and they've been to many places and they couldn't really deal with that at any level. And how do you work with this when people come with chronic pain or something they've been holding for a long time?
You know, each individual is different, and although we're all the same, yet we're all different. And that's because our energies in our body run differently from one person to the next. It's our energies are composition of all of our experiences up to today. And our bodies are always in a process of change. And really, each individual, even though they may seem to have the same chronic pain, each individual is treated differently. So really assessing each individual is very important. Being able to detect the root of the cause of the chronic pain and then releasing it from that point. So although I can see 5 people and each complains of lower back pain, the treatment for each individual may be totally different than the one before, based on that person's symptoms, that person's energetic state.
So your official title is Practitioner of Traditional Chinese Medicine. So we know there is tradition of many thousands of years, and we know it comes from Orient, and we know it's a medicine. So how do you connect that traditional approach with the medicine today? Because the medicine world is there, and we have a huge network of doctors that are practicing the same, they're working with the same issues, helping people release the same problems. How are you connected? Where do you see a possibility for opening another door, another window of opportunity for yourself and for your clients?
I think that our medicines were not meant to stand alone. I do believe that the allopathic medicine is absolutely necessary in our lives. I mean, if I broke my leg today, I definitely would go see an allopathic doctor, have my leg x-rayed, I'd go have my leg set, and then I'd come and see some of my energetic friends to help my healing progress a little bit faster. So I see the future as both medicines working side by side. I strongly believe that we need to pull together and work together as a team, so that, because the ultimate goal is our patient's health, and there shouldn't be any competition. There is no competition when we're working with a person's health. We should join forces together so that we can empower people to start feeling stronger and better, whether it's with allopathic medicine and then the energetic holistic medicine, to help the person heal as fast and recover and regain a balanced lifestyle as soon as possible.
So how do you actually work with patients that are also seeing a doctor, and how do you work with doctors that are seeing the same patients that you see? Is there any special approach you take?
Well, I do communicate with the patients' doctors. My fertility patients, for example, I know exactly what kind of schedule they're on. I know when they're getting different medications. I know when they're scheduled for different processes, and we work in our treatments to work together and enhance the medicines that they're getting from their allopathic doctor, and then I supply the energetic medicine to help accelerate the work that the allopathic doctors are doing. And so far we've been very successful.
What is your dream? What do you want to happen for you this year, let's say?
I would love to see both medicines come together. I would really, in a more synergistic way, and I would love to see us working side by side, because really, truly, we're both of service, and to see our patients recover faster and regain their zest for life quicker is the ultimate goal.
So what you're talking about is that actually necessity and that dream, what drives your work forward, is the dream to help the world to see that we are not separate in any way. None of us, all our work is connected, and the end result, the healthy, happy people that produce happy, healthy environment around us, can only be achieved together. We cannot separate ourselves, and we should not be proving ourselves, because it's proven by so many years that there is nothing we can do separately.
Exactly, and what better way than to work together to help and be of service to this planet? I mean, that we are all interconnected, and to force ourselves into separation defeats the purpose of why we're here. By working together, we can just make that much of more of a contribution to what this planet needs.
And I know that for you it's not just a dream, you actually incarnate it into reality by connecting to different medical organizations. What are some of the organizations that you are working with to make that dream come true?
Well, I'm working with various practices, besides the fertility, besides some of the chronic pain facilities that are here in Chicago. We've joined together so that we're able to work with different patients and help them with some of the chronic pain that they're feeling. We're also working with some of the senior citizen centers and helping them with some of their difficulties and how they're coping with some of the issues that they're facing at this stage in their life. I'm also working with some cancer doctors that we're working together in helping some of the side effects that some of the Western medicines, some of the chemotherapies, some of the radiation therapies are producing in a patient's body, to help alleviate some of those, so that the patient's quality of life can be a little bit more bearable.
And the center itself, our center, North Shore Healing Center, has that ability to bridge both worlds. We have doctors here, and we have practitioners from all kinds of walks, and we have all kinds of classes that help do it. How do you choose what would you like to see in a center? Who do you bring in? And I know that a lot of it is just people who are attracted to the center, but the last word is from you, right? You're the one who decides.
Well, I really like to meet with each individual and experience their modality. I like to have the work done on myself so I could experience the actual treatment and how that feels, so that I have an idea of how the patients are going to be feeling when they experience that modality. But most of all, I like to talk to the practitioners and understand how they got to where they're at and what their passion for their work is. Because if it's coming solely from an external kind of attraction, then that's really not someone that really would fit well into the center. All of our practitioners at the center are really passionate about their work, and they feel that calling from within, and they really have dedicated their life to being of service.
And that is a true statement, because I've been working with most of the practitioners here, and the amount of love and care that you receive in that session just shows that these people are here because of the service. And that's what amazes me always, that people find the way to find this team in which they can really open up and be of service, because that same person could be any place else, just an ordinary person. And when you get into the group of people who support you in being all that light that you are, then when it starts happening for you and for your patients, clients, friends, family, everyone benefits, the planet benefits.
Right. And I really believe that if we're able just to touch one person, just in a day, just one person in a day, that is just such an incredible gift, that we give to this planet. And, I've seen the looks on people's faces. I've seen the smiles, and I've seen their hearts open up when they finally feel like something has reached inside and touched them. It's a feeling that you can't buy. And it's a feeling that I can't even imagine how that could just impact the energy in this planet.
Because it's never about modality.
No.
Modality is just another door. I can open this door, and I can open this door with this key or with that key, but it's about who is the person who's opening this door for you. Because when you resonate with that love, that I'm still staying here, and I just feel that energy of light that's emanating from you. It's just amazing. It's such a gift to be standing here next to you and listening to what you're saying. And when you have that person holding the space for you, that's where all of it happens. And whatever modality is used, it's just whatever you resonate with. And you happen to have so many modalities that you're very skillful, but that light of who you are is actually, I think, is the attraction point.
Thank you. But I'll tell you, I've journeyed with many people through some of their most difficult times in their life, and I've held their hands at times when they didn't think they could pull through. And yet, when I was talking to a patient earlier this week who had been through an extremely difficult cancer and some extremely difficult processes that were done on their body, and in extremely tough times, and yet after this whole process, and after a year of recovery and healing, they turned around, they said to me, it was the best thing that happened to me in life, because it opened doors for me that I would have never opened had I not suffered this disease. And they said, and it's taken me to a level, whole new level that I would have never experienced, and a connection with the divine. And they say they're the most grateful for it. And when you, after working with someone for a year, and you see their transformation happen in front of you, there is no other feeling besides that. That is pure love. That is pure love.
And that's exactly what is so important about bridging the allopathic medicine and so-called alternative medicine. There is no alternative. It's all medicine. It's the pure love that is a medicine, and helping person not only treat the symptoms of what's going on or cut the symptom, also help them to open the door into the lesson, into the message of what that symptom is talking to them about. That's where that whole transformation happens, and that's what your work is so important, and that center that we're in is so great for actually holding the space for people to learn their lesson, because without that particular piece of work, you can cut next year and 3 years from now, and nothing will change.
Right. Lana, you're so right. I mean, without the allopathic doctors, some of these people couldn't have gotten their bodies back into a state of health in the sense that cancer stopped reproducing, you know. But there's so many aspects of healing, you know, because an illness like that, you know, pulls your emotions, pulls your heart, pulls your mind, pulls you physically. And although the allopathic is doing the best they can to stop the progression of the disease, the recovery process encompasses not just the physical, it's the emotional, it's the psychological, it's the spiritual. And that's where both of those need to come together so that the person can feel whole again and feel that they have regained their balance, not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually, and they can move forward on their journey in life and feel good about themselves.
So just would like to thank you for the amazing work that you do on the planet, and for holding the space for everybody, for people who are dying and people who are being born, just to have their place, their lesson, and their hand in your hand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.